Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here. Today we're going to be doing a special look at the brand new cards that were revealed from Animation Chronicle 2023. These cards are the brand new Earthbound Immortal cards, Earthbound Servants and Earthbound Prisoners, and their new field spell and Harmonic Synchro Fusion. Also, we do have a few reprints being Ocelot Piscu, Linewalker, Greater Linewalker or Dawnwalker, 100-Eyed Dragon, and their field spell. So let's get into it. First up, we have our lovely little friend here, being Earthbound Prisoners. Earthbound Prisoner Groundkeeper. It's a level 1 Dark Fiend Tuner effect, 300 attack, 300 defense, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one level 5 or lower Earthbound monster from your deck or graveyard other than Earthbound Prisoner Grand Keeper. For the rest of this turn, you can only special summon fusions and synchro monsters. The second effect is Earthbound monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect while there is a card in the field zone. This is a very good card because it allows you to tutor out your monsters quicker to go into a faster synchro summon or a fusion summon. Now, on to the next one, we have Earthbound Prisoner Stone Sweeper. It's a Dark Fiend effect, level 5, 1600, 1600. And you can only special summon this card with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So, it is a free level 5 extender that's a Fiend. Very good. If you control a card in your field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can discard this card. Add one level 3 or lower Fiend Tuner monster from your deck to your hand. For the rest of the turn, you can only special summon fusions and synchro monsters from your extra deck. So being being locked into fusions or synchros is absolutely fine. But in my opinion, these cards go hand in hand with the new Red Dragon Archfiend support that's coming out in a few months. So I cannot wait to test these cards out with those. After that, we have our Earthbound Prisoner Linewalker, level 3 Dark Fiend Tuner effect. Level 800 attack, 1100 defense, and you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Earthbound Prisoner or Harmonic Synchro Fusion from your deck to your hand. If you control a level 6 or higher Earthbound monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one effect monster special summoned from the extra deck on your opponent's field. Return that monster to the deck. Then your opponent can special summon a monster with the same name from their extra deck. So it summons out the one that you put back, so it works with other cards. So that's very, very cool. Then we have Earthbound Servant Geo Kraken. It is a level 8 Dark Fiend Fusion effect, 2800 attack, 1200 defense, and it takes 2 Earthbound monsters. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add one field spell from your deck to your hand. We are going with Rainbow Bridge of Salvation with this one, being able to search out every single fusion or field spell in the game, which is very, very powerful in my opinion on this type of card. If your opponent special summons a monster from their extra deck, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls that were special summoned this turn and inflict 800 damage times the number of destroyed monsters to your opponent's life points. So this card goes hand in hand with our our Linewalker here, and that's actually very cool. I really like this card being able to nuke whatever they summon back. After that, we have the main star of the show, being Earthbound Immortal, or Earthbound Servant Geo Grasha. Dark Fiend Fusion effect, level 10, 3000 attack, 1800 defense. One Earthbound Fusion monster and one Earthbound Synchro monster. This is the big bad of the arc from Arc V, and this was from one of the dimensions. I believe it is the Fusion Dimension or Synchro Dimension. It's one of the two. But it must be Fusion summoned. You can only use the second effect of this card's name per turn, which is very normal. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a monster, change that monster's attack to 0. If an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy all cards they control. That's very powerful. And if this face-up card leaves the field by your opponent, you can special summon one Earthbound monster from your deck or extra deck. So you can summon out both of your Gremlin and your other fusion and the other Synchro that we have as well. So that's very good. And we also are missing one or two fusions. I'm not too sure. But the next card we have is Earthbound Servant Gremlin. Geo Gremlin is a level 6 Dark Fiend Synchro effect with 2000 attack and a 1000 defense. Takes one Dark Tuner and one or more Dark Tuners. You can only use each effect of your prisoner or your... Oh, it's an Earthbound Prisoner. Oh, I thought it was an Earthbound Servant. A Geo Gremlin once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect. You can target one monster your opponent controls, apply one of the following effects. Destroy the targeted monster, gain life points equal to the targeted monster's attack. During the battle phase, quick effect. You can activate this effect. Fusion summon one Earthbound Fusion monster from your deck by banishing monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard as fusion material. This is a really powerful card as you can go into your Geo Grasha. I really like that. Next up, it looks like we have another. So essentially it's all servant or prisoner because I'm looking at the kanji and it's the exact same. So we have Earthbound Servant Geo Griffin. It is a Dark Fiend Synchro effect, level 8, 2500 attack, 2500 defense, and it takes one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. So one Dark Tuner, all of them take a Dark Tuner, and just generic monsters for the rest. You can only use each effect of Geo Servant once per turn. Quick effect, you can special summon one Earthbound monster from your graveyard in defense position. Except Earthbound Servant Geo Griffin. But for the rest of this turn, you can only special summon fusion and or synchro monsters from your extra deck. That's absolutely fine. If this card is destroyed because your opponent, card or battle, you can destroy one card on the field. Then inflict 300 damage for each Earthbound monster you control and in your graveyard. Are we just playing an Earthbound FTK? Can we do an FTK with this deck? I don't know. After that, we have the lovely field spell. This is Earthbound Prison. It's a field spell, and this artwork goes crazy. It might get censored in the TCG. If you activate this card, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls. This card gains the following effect. While this card is in the field zone, the targeted monster's effects are negated. Blink negation. I like it. Once per turn during your main phase, you can normal summon one Earthbound monster in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. So it's a double summon. That's fine. If this card is destroyed by your opponent's card while you have an Earthbound Immortal monster or Earthbound monster on the field or in your graveyard, you can activate this effect. Have your opponent's life points. Then negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls until the end phase. So we have a Kali Yuga action going on, having the opponent's life points, so you can pretty much trickle their life points down to game. This is very, very scary of a card. And finally, we have our Harmonic Synchro Fusion. Normal spell card, and this card's gonna be pretty crazy. So I'm gonna use the actual translation that there is, and it goes very hard. It just goes very hard. You can only activate one Harmonic Synchro Fusion per turn. Also, you can only special summon Fusion and or Synchro monsters from your extra deck during the turn you activated this card. Send one tuner and one face-up tuner and one face-up non-tuner monster you control to the graveyard. Special summon from your extra deck one Synchro monster by using those two monsters in the graveyard as Synchro materials, and one fusion monster by using those two monsters in the graveyard as fusion materials. So you're summoning out both a Synchro monster and a fusion monster. So let's say you have your level 3 and level 5. You can summon out him, and you can summon out him. Or if you have a 3 and 3, you can go into these two. But this card is super generic, and you can run it in things like Red Dragon Archfiend, so that is very cool. But I want to know what you guys think about these cards. I think they're actually fantastic that they ported them over so quickly, because these were only in Arc 5, what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? I think it's about 7 years. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and see you guys in the next video.